Hey there internets, I'm Michael and today on Toucan Play That Game, I'm going to take you through a game of Z-War One Damnation by Dice Sports. So in Z-War 1 there are actually 3 different play modes. I'm not going to take you through all the different play modes because they actually play very similar. Now, what I'm going to take you through, because this is Toucan Play That Game and I don't want to spoil any of the campaign mode play for you, is one of the director one-shots. So these are just not part of a campaign, a single mission, and you'll be able to see how the director mode works, and it will be me vs Rogue. So Rogue is going to take on the role of the heroes and I'll be the evil director trying to kill the heroes. So let's take it to the table for the game. This is the table all set up for the Director Game 1, Break and Enter. And in this, the heroes, being controlled by Rogue, will need to enter the board down here and then proceed to each of the rooms with a mission token in, and there are 6. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and they need to perform a search in each of those rooms. Once they have done this and searched all the rooms, they then need to get off the board. And at least 3 of the heroes need to get off the board. So the director will win if he manages to kill 2 heroes. And the heroes that Rogue has available, we have Cole here, who is armed with an assault rifle, a grenade, and also is wearing armour. Additionally, he has the run and gun perks, which allow him to do a quick fire shot when doing a sprint action, and he has double tap, which if he hits with a knockdown using a semi-auto attack, he can spend an extra bullet to convert it to a kill. And finally he has kneecap, which if he gets a kill shot on an aimed fire, will be able to convert it down to a knockdown. Also we have Sam. Now Sam is armed with a pistol, a med pack and a stink tank. The stink tank is unique to Sam and allows him to move invisible around the board, but he still has limited uses. His perks are Bandit, which allows him to search for 3 action points rather than 4. Turbo, which allows him to do a 4 AP sprint action moving 7 squares. Skinny, which allows him to move diagonally across doorways. Then there's Viktor here, who is armed with a pistol and a shotgun. And the perks he has is Curb Stomp, which allows him to basically stamp on the head of zombies that have been knocked over, performing an execution unarmed, which saves ammo. He has Black Belt, which gives him +1 to his dice whenever he rolls an unarmed melee. And he also has Quick Draw, which will allow him to change his weapon twice in a turn rather than just once. Then we have Cat, and Cat is armed with 2 .44 caliber pistols, which she can dual wield, and also with a katana, so she's the only one with a melee weapon. Now her perks are Skinny, same as Sam had, allowing her to move across corners. And then she also has Hit and Run, which similar to Cole's run and gun, but with melee weapons. So when she does a sprint, she can attack with a melee weapon. And the final one is Kip Up, which basically is that whole ninja flip to stand up. So standing up only costs her 1 action point rather than 2. So we start the game with the first phase, turn announcement. And it is, of course, turn 1. Then we move on to the hero moves. So what does Rogue want her heroes to do this turn? The first thing we're going to have is Cole will go 1, 2, 3 for 2 action points as a sprint, and then Rogue will have him move another 2 to there. Then Viktor will do the same along this other side. So we got 3 and then 2. And then Cat will just move up behind Cole, and Sam will move up behind Viktor. So that's all our action points used. So we move on to the infected move stage, starting with our closest zombie, which is this one just here. they'll move 2. 1, 2. Then we've got one here, 1, 2. And then we start to move further afield. So we go 1, 2, 1, 2. Fastest route to either side of these buildings will be to the nearest hero this way. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Okay, so that is all of our infected moved. We now do our infected spawn phase. So here we have our spawn table and we have a 3. So roll 1, a 3 means spawn point B. And then we roll on our second roll and we get a 6. So 4 zombies spawn at spawn point B. So spawn point B is all the way over the other side of the map over here, but it does have a direct line of sight straight down to where the heroes are. So we will spawn our first zombie. It goes 1, sees the heroes so they're within line of sight, so enters charge mode, meaning rather than just moving the 2 spaces, this zombie will move 4. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Then the next one comes in and goes 1, sees them, charges, 2, 3. Because it's charging, it avoids this zombie moving to there. If it wasn't charging, it would just stop behind the zombie. And then we get another one come in and it goes 1, 2, 3. Now it could, as it's charging, it should go past this zombie, but it doesn't actually have enough movement to get past, so it will just stop there. Oh, actually no, it will go to there, won't it? But that would put them out of line of sight, so I don't think it would do that. Then we go 1, 2, 3. So that's all 4 of these zombies spawned. Then we would do our infection test, but no one is infected. Then we do our end phase. So if we had any zombies knocked over, we'd stand them up, but we don't. And we cross off the round number, meaning we're back on to turn announcement and we're on turn 2. And for the hero move phase, Rogue is going to have Cole do a sprint for 2 AP, 1, 2, 3 to there. And as part of the sprint, because he has run and gun, he can also fire a shot. So he will quick fire at this guy just here, and so he's going to do it on semi-auto, not full auto, to try and conserve ammo a bit here. So he will roll a dice, and he rolled a 1. So not ideal for Rogue there, because if we look at his weapon, we can see that a 1 is a miss. He needed a 5 for a knockdown, or a 6 or an 8 for a kill. So that was a miss, but we still cross off the ammo. So on our tracker here, I just cross off a bullet used. Okay, but he still has 2 AP left. So I think what he will do is go on alert. So he's going to go on alert facing in this direction. So anything coming towards him from here, he'll be able to shoot at. Then Viktor is going to go 1, 2, 3, sprinting for 2, and then also go on alert, and he's got his pistol out at the moment. Then Sam is going to go 1, 2, 3, sprinting for 2 AP, and then go on alert facing this way. So if this guy comes around the corner or something spawns there, he'll be able to shoot them. And Cat is going to follow suit, going 1, 2, 3, sprinting to there, and going on alert. So what they've done now is they're out of range from sight of the guys down the board, but they are now in range sight-wise of these guys to worry about. So that's the hero turns done with. Now onto the infected move. And we start with the nearest zombie. which is this one just here. So it'll go 1, 2, and then moving here, 1, 2, 3, 4. It was in smell range, so after 1, it begins charging. So it'll move a total of 4, so we've got 2. But it's now in line of sight of Cole here, who is on alert. So he can take a quick fire shot at this zombie, and he's going to do so in semi-auto, not full auto. So he's only rolling the 1 dice, not 3, and he gets a 4, which is unfortunately once more a miss. So we cross off the ammo and we continue the zombie's move. So that was 2, 3. Now both Viktor and Cole can shoot, and we will start with Cole, I think. No, we'll start with Viktor. So the heroes get to pick, and the hero's going to pick Viktor rolling first. Boom, an 8. So that is indeed a kill from Viktor. First kill of the game, and we cross off the ammo and we remove the zombie. So the next nearest zombie is this guy here. Obviously he's got line of sight, so he's immediately charging. He'll go 1. Then we'll have Viktor as he's on fire, doing his alert action, and there you go. Really on fire. Second kill, second shot. Okay, and then I think next nearest is actually this guy over here. So he's not in smell or line of sight, so he'll go 1. And then there, he's still not in line of sight, 2. And now he does have line of sight to Sam here, so he will begin charging. But Sam also has line of sight to him, so Sam will get a shot with his pistol. So let's roll this dice and see what we get. Ooh, a 7, and we check the pistol table here. You can see a 6 to an 8 is a kill. So dead zombie, and we'll mark off Sam's ammo. And then the final nearby one is this guy here. He'll go 1, and then both Cole and Viktor can take shots. Well, I think we'll say Viktor because Viktor's the guy getting all the kills, and no, he's missed. A 3, according to our weapon chart here, is a miss. So we cross off Viktor's ammo, and Cole will take a shot with his assault rifle and also misses. Oh, so that's 1 space of movement. Second space, they can fire again, and they're going to. And Viktor rolls a 6, which is just enough to get the kill. So we remove the zombie and mark off the ammo. So you can see here now we're very quickly going through Viktor's pistol ammo. You know, there's 4 shots, that's a third of it gone. Okay, so our further away zombies. Well, this guy here is actually going to turn around because now Cole is closer if he goes round the other side of the building. So he's going to go 1, 2 to start heading round that side of the building. Now everyone else is still going to be aiming for this channel here. It's still the closest route, and none of them have line of sight or smell range. So we've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. In fact 1, because then he wants to move there in order to move closest. 1, 2, 1. And then over here we will go 1, 2, 1, 2. And that is our infected move finished. And it's on to the infected spawn stage. So I'm going to put some pressure on here. I'm going to play a Horde Director card that allows me to place 2 zombies on an active spawn point of my choice. So this is in addition to the normal spawn and happens first. So I'm going to choose spawn point A just here. So we'll have 1. So obviously they're going to be charging straight away, but these guys have a chance to kind of shoot their way through first, shoot them down because they're on alert. So we'll have Sam fire, and he rolled a 5, which on a pistol is a knockdown result. So we do knock that zombie down right there, and we cross off Sam's ammo. And then the second zombie will go 1, 2, because it jumps over this other zombie. But now the people on alert get 2 chances to shoot at it. So we'll start with Sam. He'll take a shot with his pistol, and he gets a 7, so he's killed it, which is another ammo gone though. So our infected spawn phase, and we roll the dice, and we get a 6. Which is spawn point C. And the number of zombies we're going to have are 8. Well, not 8, sorry, I rolled an 8. So we get 4 zombies in spawn point C. So the spawn point is nowhere near the heroes, so we don't have to worry about charging or being on alert. All we have to worry about is the route they're going to take. And actually, it's to go up this way past the side that they're heading towards is going to be the quickest route from this point to the nearest hero. So this is the way they're going to go. They're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1. Now, you notice I didn't have them stop because there would have been nowhere to go, because you can't block off the spawn point like that. But there you have it. We've got these guys here ready on the board again. And again, infected test. No one has gone infected. So on to our end phase, and the heroes did knock over a zombie. So that will stand up in our end phase, and we cross off the turn. And we move back round to announcing turn, and we're on turn 3. Also, we remove our alert tokens as the heroes are no longer on alert. And now it's the hero move phase again. And Rogue's going to start by having Sam use his turbo sprint for using all 4 of his action points to run 7 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's kind of tucked hiding away behind this wall from all the zombies. Then we're going to have Viktor here go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, doing 2 sprint actions. And then Cole will go 1. Do you know? Then we'll do Cat. Yeah, Rogue will move Cat next, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she's done double sprint to get in front of the door there, ready to kind of open it up next turn. Then Cole is going to do a backward sprint. 1, 2, 3. Shooting at this zombie here as he does it. Very dramatic. And he rolls his dice and he gets a 4. Which, if we consult the card again, we see is a miss. He's not doing so well on his shooting, but it was very dramatic running and shooting. I don't think he's successfully hit anything yet, Cole. He's then going to do another sprint, running backwards, and he's going to, again, shoot at that zombie. And let's see, can he do it? Can he do it? Oh yes! He has broken the trend. He's got the kill. But that's more ammo gone. Okay, so that's all 4 heroes done with their actions. On to the infected move. And we'll start with the zombies closest to Sam here. So this one here, it doesn't have line of sight or smell. So it'll just go 1, 2. Again, this one, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. See, they're forming a nice line here. And then we've got 1, 2, 1, 2. Then our zombies over this side of the board, he'll go 1, 2. And he's not in line of sight or smell range. These guys here are actually closer to Sam than they are the rest of the guys. So they're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that is our infected move over. Onto our infected spawn. And I'm going to start the infected spawn off with a 2 roamers ambush card. So I get to place 2 zombies in blind spots to the characters. So I'm going to have one just here. And then the other one I think I will have here. So just to give them a bit of something to worry about while they're over there. And our infected spawn roll, we get a 4, which is spawn point B, and a 4, which is 3 zombies in spawn point B. And we're running quite low on zombies here. We're down to 7 zombies remaining. So we have our 3 here though to place on B, which is our far side of the board spawn point. The nearest hero is Sam, so these guys are just going to want to join the queue of zombies. So 1, 2, 1, 2, so that it's not blocking the spawn point, and then 1. So that's that spawn done. Again, no one's infected, so we have no infection test. Onto our end phase, no one to stand up, so we just cross off the turn, and we're on to turn 4. The first thing Rogue's going to do is have Sam here switch out his active weapon from being his pistol to his stink tank. Now, with him being invisible, because he's going to use one of those uses, he will do his turbo move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's just charged all the way, invisible to these zombies, to in front of this door here. Next, Cat is going to use 1 AP to open this door. Then normally we'd roll on the room spawn table, but as the director, I'm going to play the Shindig card. Now what this does is allow me to spawn 4 zombies anywhere in this room when it's activated, rather than rolling on the normal spawn table. And I just so happen to have 4 zombies left in my reserve, so I'm going to place 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 directly on that objective token. I feel will do nicely. So Cat has used 1 AP so far, still has 3 to go, and is presented with a wall of zombies. So I think the appropriate response here would be to switch weapon to close combat katana, and then she will do a melee attack against the zombie directly in front of her, and she rolled a 2. Which is unfortunately a miss on the katana there. She would have needed a 5 at least to get a knockdown. But she still has 2 AP left. So she's going to use that 2 AP to go on alert, facing the doorway here. But it'll also cover this line here. Now, she is only using a melee weapon, so she'll only get to attack the squares directly in front of her. So, the other heroes still need to act though, so what are they going to do to try and protect her? Well, Cole is going to use 2 AP to sprint 1, 2, 3 squares, shooting at this zombie here. And things are kind of desperate. So, he's going to use full auto, so we roll 3 dice and let's see what we get. So we have got an 8, a 6 and a 3, so the 3 would have missed, the 6 would have killed, but the 8 would have killed. So we do kill it, but it takes 3 shots rather than 1. And he still has 2 AP left, so he is going to go on alert, because if Cat gets knocked down by the first one, he can then be shooting the others as they try to get on top of her. And Viktor here is going to go 1, 2 for 2 AP, and he's then going to fire his shotgun, and he's going to do an aimed fire, which means that he gets to add 2 to the dice result. So let's roll the dice. So we rolled a 3, but he gets to add 2, so that's the equivalent of a 5. And with the shotgun, a 5 is a kill. So if we hadn't done an aimed shot there, all we would have managed is a knockdown. So we'll take that guy off and cross off the shotgun round. And it's time for our infected move, and I think we're pretty certain the action is going on here, so let's keep looking here. So firstly, we'll have this little girl, we'll move 1 to there, giving Cat a chance to attack it because of her alert with her katana. So Cat rolls the dice, and she rolled a 2, which is a miss. So now the zombie will try and grab Cat. So I roll for the zombie's grab test, and we get a 3, which if we look at the zombie card here, we can see 1 to 4 is takedown, 5 to 8 is safe. So she is taken down. This means we lay her down. So she is now grabbed, so she cannot be in alert. So we remove the alert token. And the zombie jumps on top of her. So we place the zombie on her character board. Then we need to roll a bite test. So Cat rolls a dice. She gets a 2, which is a bitten result. So we take a bitten token and we place it on the stage 1 track at the bottom here. She is now infected. So next, this zombie will move 1, which now means he's in line of sight of Cole. So Cole will get to fire, and he will do a full auto while on alert. And he got a 7, so that is a kill, but of course that means 3 more bullets used. Next, this zombie will move 1 forward, and then Cole again gets the chance to full auto it, and he will. And we get a 6 as the highest result, which is just enough to get the kill. But Cole has now gone through half of his ammo. Then this zombie is not in smell range or in visual range, so we'll just move 1, 2 to be towards the closest hero. But now is in smell range, 4 squares, so we'll move 1, 2. Now the zombie cannot grab across the corner, otherwise it would be trying to grab Viktor. This guy over here, again, can't see or smell anyone, but we'll go 1, 2. The rest of the infected, because of Sam's stink tank, can't see him, so the nearest heroes are still the group over the other side. So these guys here will go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, and the quickest route for them to the nearest hero would be to Cole, which would be that way. So yeah, 1, 2. These guys are going to head off over this way. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, and that is our infected move over. Onto our infected spawn. So our first roll, we get an 8. So we have aroma. This means we don't roll on the table. Instead, we'll place a zombie at the nearest hidden space to the heroes. Which, because Sam's stink tank doesn't count here, would be 1, 2, 3, this space here. Now, unlike when you spawn at a spawn point, this doesn't now get to do a move as if during the infected move stage. Into our infection test phase, and we actually have our first infection check to do because Cat is now bitten. So Cat rolls the dice and she gets a 1. So anything other than a 1 or 2, or she would have been okay, but no, a 1. So this progresses moving along. If it goes one more stage, she will have fewer AP each round. And in our end phase, there's nothing to stand up, so we just cross off the turn, and we're on to turn 5. So for the hero moves, Rogue's going to start with having Cat here do a sweep, knocking this zombie prone off of her to there. She's then going to kip up for her third action point, and with her final action point, she'll move 1 into this room. Then Viktor here is going to do a curb stomp execution on the zombie here, which costs no ammo but takes 2 action points. He's then going to do an aimed shot with his shotgun at this zombie here. So he has +2 on the roll, and he rolled, a 7, so he didn't really need an aimed shot. So he blows the zombie's head off, and that's him done. So then that leaves us with Colt, and Colt is going to do a little bit of a jog. He's going to do 2 sprints for 4 AP, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Which leaves us with Sam, and Rogue's going to have him do a nice and simple use of his stink tank, so he's staying hidden. Use 1 action point to open this door. When he opens the door, I roll on the room spawn table. So first result, we have 1 to 4 is nothing. So nothing spawns in the room. And as there isn't anything in here, let's see, he's used 1 action point. Unfortunately, he won't have enough action points to move in here and search. So he'll do a sprint 1, 2, 3 for 2 action points. And he has 1 action point left, so he's going to open this other door because he's invisible anyway. So we do a room spawn again, and unbelievably, still no zombies. But we do need to put active tokens in both of these rooms, which means they can now be searched, and also zombies can move through them if it's the shortest path. And for the infected move, with Sam being invisible here and these guys all hidden away up there, there's not a lot of excitement going on. This guy will go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. This one will go, it'll be this way, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's everyone. So on to the spawn phase. And before we roll on the table, I'm going to use this Roamer card. So I may place a single Roamer in a blind spot of my choosing. Now this is in addition to the normal spawn, and I'm going to place this Roamer just here, the other side of the wall, so he can kind of be a threat then to Sam over here. And then our zombie spawn, infected spawn stage, our roll, we get 6, which is spawn point C, and 7, which is 4 zombies. So 4 zombies are going to come in at spawn point C. And C is the spawn point along the left hand edge of the board here. So we go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So they're all on the board. And then it's on to our infection test phase. So Cat here is the only one bitten at this stage. So we roll and she gets 3, which is stable. So she's fine for this round. She doesn't get any worse. Then our end phase, there's no zombies we need to stand up and no alert tokens to remove. So we simply cross off our turn, bringing us to turn announcement for turn 6.